Hey guys, John from Nothing But Cardboard. Got a 13 card order PSA. The boys have already done their cards and ordered, and they sent my cards to me, so I'm going solo tonight. Stay tuned, let's see how we do. Alright, so like I said, I've got 13 cards here that we sent to PSA. I've not looked at the grades yet. It's open because the boys already did their cards. We had, I think, 51 cards. I have 13, and I'm not sure how many Cody and John had, but they've already done their return, so kind of getting burnt out. The sports cards, the grading, buying cards on eBay, getting cards that won't grade. I mean, my grades have been declining, so I need a good return. I'm probably going to be taking a break anyway, but just looking forward to having a decent return, at least going along with the grades that I've picked. So this was a 19 card order. August 16th is when we mailed it. They checked it in on the 6th of September, and they shipped it back out on October 13th. So let's dive into it, see how we do here. This is the paper card. This is a 2020 playoff. Joe Burrow up next. Figured it's got a gem to be worth anything, so I've got $25 into this card, and I pre-graded it a 10. And it got a 10. Good start. Paper card. 10s sold for around $85 not long ago. He started out kind of slow, and he's picked it up and playing better. I think they're still below 500, so we'll see. This is a T-Law out of 99. It's a Panini Illustrated series, the gray. Another just paper card. Purchased this one, and it had the tape on it that hasn't been touched or cracked, so I kind of thought buy it and see how it does. I pre-graded it 9-10. I thought I had a chance for a 10, so I'm gonna say 10 since I'm doing push-ups for these if they're wrong. I have $56 into this card. That's including grading fees. So let's see what we do. Got another 10. Nice. Not go wrong with that. He's playing good. They've won 2 or 3 games in a row. Alright. Talk about somebody that's really hot right now and playing well. Tua and the Dolphins. This is Mosaic Camo Pink. It is the NFL debut, so it's not worth as much as the regular cards. I have $25 into this card. Pre-graded 9-10. I thought it was a 9. That's what I'm going with for the grade, but I thought it had a chance. All of these cards, except for a couple, had a chance for a 10. And if you've seen our reveals, you can see that they can go either way. It's kind of a coin flip, so at this price, you just have to send the cards. Got a gem mint 10. 3 for 3. Very sweet. So at a 10, that's $70 the last time that card went. Last time the card sold, it went for $70. They're playing really well, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Next up, we've got a acetate card. Boys have told me these don't grade very well, and they usually don't. Clearly Donruss rated rookie, Justin Herbert. His stuff's kind of cold this year. I don't know why his stuff's not selling so well. I mean, they're playing average. I think they're 500, but he's playing good. He has great stats, so it's just one of those things. For this, I pre-graded a 9 just because they don't grade very well, and I thought, they're going to find something on it. Usually it's the surface, the edges, and all that looks really good, so I pre-graded this a 9. It did get a 9. Can't complain about that. I had $30 into that card, and they sold anywhere from $20 to $34. I think the last sell was $34. I've been taking some beatings on auctions, just trying to move some old inventory that I had. So cards like these that I know will be worth money, I'm just going to sit on them, set them at a price, buy it now, and just hold them. So Justin Herbert again, just going to ride those big QBs. 2020, 2021, the top QBs, you just can't go wrong with those guys. So I have two of these cards. One I pre-graded a 9, and one I pre-graded a 9-10, which is, I'm going to go with a 10. These are just the Prism Blacks. I saw some of these selling really well, so I thought, let me try and get these. They're quite a bit cheaper than the Prism Silvers. So one of these, $45 for one and $47 for the other. That includes grading fees. Got a 10. Very good. So out of 10, the card sold for $100. And we got one more here. This is probably the one that I pre-graded as a 9, so we'll see. Centering looks really sweet. Yes, sir. Another 10. That is awesome. So that's another $100 card. Like I said, if they're not selling for $100 right now, I'm just going to hold them until the playoffs, or I'll even hold them to next year. I just don't want to take a loss on these cards. So PSA must have heard the beginning of this where I said I'm taking a break and hasn't been going so well. So they're going to throw me some 10s to try to keep me hooked. All right, so this is the Prism Black Silver. I have two of these also. And I purchased probably 50 to 75 cards just to get these 13 to send in. And two of these are going to be old hoops cards that I had to get just to get enough to send in. So it's just wearing me out, buying cards, pre-grading them, not finding stuff that you can get graded. So anyway, back to the video. So I had two of these. Pre-graded both of these a 9. One had some dings on the front, and we've seen some of those where they actually are able to, even with the dings, pull a 10. So I'm hopeful it'll bump up on a 10. That must be the other card. This card, I don't see any. Centering looks really nice on this card. So I had $67 into one of these cards and $98 into the other one. And I got a 10. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. Gotta high five myself. The boys aren't here. So that is sweet. So these have really come down in price lately. $225 was the most recent sale for a silver. The 9s were going for about $90 to $120. I just had an auction in 2 days ago, and it sold for $56. So the 9s, which were going for around $90, which is why I sent these. I knew that I could break even if they got a 9. $60 to $90. So this is the other card. It had some dings on it. And again, they're just hard to see. This one is, you can see the centering. You know, you guys are always pointing it out. They do look worse in the slab. There's a few dings here, hard to see. But the centering, you can see this side is thinner than this side. And I put it on the centering tool, and the best my eyes can see, it looks like it's 60-40, so it has a shot. So that's why I sent it, but I did pre-grade this one a 9. It did get a 9. So if I put $67 into that card, including grading fees, and the last one sold for $60, that's a win. So here's just a regular Prism Black Jalen Hertz. This is $40 into the card. I pre-graded this a 9-10, and I looking at the centering, again way off on this side. So I'm gonna say it's gonna get a 9. I again measured it, and I thought, even with my old eyes, that it looked like it was 60-40. So did get a 9. This stuff's really still kind of cheap. It's hard to believe that, you know, they were in the Super Bowl He won like 22 games or 23 games, 23-1 or 22-1. They lost this weekend, but he's been on a tear recently, and I'm just surprised that his cards haven't taken off and gotten higher in price. So those sold for 20 to 40 bucks. So I'm probably going to lose a little bit of money on that one unless they do make the playoffs and I hold it until then. Another guy I was kind of high on, he's just been playing average also, Jordan Love. This is the negative variation. This just says SP on the label. Pre-graded this a 9-10. Thought it had a chance at a 10. Centering, you can see a little bit. Left side's thicker than the right, but it still looks good. Slab's got stuff all over it. So I'm hoping this bumps up to a 10. It had a chance. I have $36 into this card. Got a 9. So close. Probably what got me on that one too, maybe the centering up top. Yeah, the centering. See how it's thicker on the bottom and a little bit lighter on the top, a little bit thinner. So I pre-graded that a 9. It's also some whitening on this corner here. So I've got 40 bucks into that card, and it's sold anywhere from $30 to $45. So if he doesn't start playing better, then I'm probably gonna lose some money there. Alright, I got 3 cards left. These are not going to gem. That would be sweet if they did. I've been trying to get one of these to gem for a while. So these are the 1990 NBA Mark Jackson Hoops card. It's got the 2 Menendez brothers in the back. Picked up 4 of these for like 20 bucks. And 2 of them look like they would grade decent. One I pre-graded an 8, and the other one I pre-graded a 9. I'd be happy with that. So I got $47 with grading fees and everything into both of these. So 8 or 9. There's the 9. Nice cards. One of these days I'll get a PSA 10 that I can add to my collection. So that's like getting a gem min in one of these cards. They're just hard to grade, and it's right on where I pre-graded it. So 9 sell anywhere from $35 to $50 on those cards. Even an 8 has been selling for $24 to $30. Here's the other card. Again, the centering just looks good. All scuffed up, something on the slab there. It looks really good. Another 9. So I pulled 2 9s out of those. Very nice. That's sweet. Very happy with those. So I got $47 into both of them, and they're going to sell for like $100, so that's $50 profit. This card I bought, he was playing well. I drafted this guy in my fantasy team. He's not very good, and the team's not very good, and they're blaming the coaches and everybody else. I have $60 into this card. Saw something wrong with it. I don't remember what it was. Centering's off a little bit on this side, but it's not terrible. I think it had a few dings on the front, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you guys probably can't see them, but there's a few dings. So I figured a 9, but sometimes PSA will let those go and you can get a 10. I did get a 9, so I can't complain about that. So at a 9, selling for $30 to $70. He just got hurt. They've only won 1 game, so I'm probably have to hold that till they start getting better and hopefully win some games. So I appreciate you guys watching. We'll leave the numbers down below, how much I spent and how much I've made. I've been putting in a lot of my numbers as I do my taxes, trying to keep a run for taxes for next year, how much I paid a card, how much I sold it, and I need to do better. I got to step my game up. I mean, I'm losing money a lot. It's a hobby. It's for fun. I just keep using this money to buy more cards and do more, so it's not like I'm taking money from the family or anything, but still, it's pretty rough when you're just selling stuff and losing money. These grades came out a lot better than I thought, so that is good. This was a fair, in my assessment, the grades that I picked and what they graded and gave me. I think it was a fair, grade. You hear me a lot of times saying grumpy grader or he was in a bad mood or we didn't have a good guy. I agree with these grades, and I think that they were fair. So, hey guys, we appreciate y'all watching. Thanks a lot. Y'all take care.